Hello family, friends, and YouTube. Well, today is November 17th and Snowee and I are heading back. We're getting ready to leave the hotel now and we're heading back to Clarksville, Tennessee from Plano, Texas. And the time is right now 2:40. Wow, that's when I left the last time. Alright, to come up here, it is 2:40 a.m. and Snowee has 2,942 miles on her. So I'm having to say goodbye to this here journey. It was wonderful. Loved every minute of it. So I will just basically give you a shot of Snowee before we get on the road. You have a time frame. Not sure if I'm going to go for any records, but I'm looking forward to going, for those that are familiar with it, for going 668 miles home. So I will come off of here now while we have all this lighting, because this GoPro 12 doesn't do all that good at night. So I'll catch you on the road. Well, since I got some light, I decide I'm gonna come in here and overshoot a gas pump maybe. Alright, I'm gonna have to do a real quick stop because I didn't fuel up before, last night when I was out running around. So I pulled off. Another thing about Texas, it doesn't really advertise, what you get at each exit. You just have to get off of the exit and assume that you'll run into a gas station unless you can see it from the road. So, but everything, you just get off the road. Nobody really wants to hear about that. This is early morning talking right now. I'll get back with you later. Alright, pit stop is complete for this fuel up. It's just a stop and go. No one cares. But I'm also having to adjust my camera, make sure it's ready for the next time I want to record before daylight. And then when daylight comes, I need to change the filters so that I can have the daylight filter on. Alright, again, nobody cares. It is 3:08 and I didn't go very far. I'll be back in a little bit. Well, it's time for a pit stop again. And right now Snowee has 3,107 miles on her with a 24-mile range right now. So basically what I had when I filled up the last go around. So if you check the differences between the two, that will tell you what kind of mileage I'm getting. I'm actually averaging 80 miles an hour for the most part. I have been running at 90s a few times, but mostly 80 miles an hour is the average. So this doesn't interest anybody. Gas prices. Gas prices $2.62. But I assume here in a few months all that'll start dropping even more. But let me fuel here. I'll probably take about a 15-minute break here, and then do another 200 miles. Well, I'm passing through Little Rock, Arkansas, and it is 8:33. I've had breakfast. I've had 2 fuel stops, 3 fuel stops. The first one I didn't really count, but so 2 fuel stops and breakfast, and it is 8:33. Snowee has 3,268 miles on her, and I'm gonna tell you right now that switching to the Sirius XM, that's a game changer. As I said in my previous videos, riding for 12 hours, one of the things you have to focus on is occupying your mind. And coming down from Clarksville to Texas, that was rough. That was a straight shot, 668 miles. First few hours you occupy your mind, but then after a while, you know, trying to search for radio channels and all that, and getting snow every 10 or 15 minutes. Everything changed when Sirius XM radio, because I've been on the same channel the entire time, and I've been on the road now for what, almost 6 hours, and I've been on this exact same channel, just listening to a talk channel. The great part about it is you can switch it to radio channels or whatever you want and just listen to that. It breaks up the monotony, and that's one thing I'm learning about these long trips, these long hauls, is breaking up in the monotony. Still enjoy meeting people. I was fortunate enough to meet a reverend and a police officer. Well, two police officers. One didn't want to go on camera. He would look a little shy. He was a little shy, but he's a Little Rock, Arkansas officer, and he was a good guy. But those will be at the end of my videos of those meeting Snowee. You know, it's all about Snowee. It's not about me. All right, we're entering Memphis now. You can see the pyramid off to the left. You can see the city to the right. And based on my information here, it looks like I might be 1 hour and 40 minutes ahead of schedule. I still have probably one more fuel stop. Let's see, I got about 200 miles. I'm not getting 200 miles to the fill up, so that's because I'm traveling at ridiculous speeds. But so anyway, right now I should be 1 hour and 40 minutes away from my destination, away from home. I mean, ahead of schedule. I should be home in 3 hours, and but it looks like it'd be 1 hour and 40 minutes ahead of my schedule to Texas. So I'm gonna get off of here now as I pass through Memphis, so I can do some aggressive driving and surviving. You know, after all, 2 days ago is where my incident happened. So I gotta get to offensive driving now. So I'll get back with you later. Forgot to chime back in here for a second just to give you the time. It is 10:20 in the morning, and as I said, Snowee's got 3,412 miles, and now I'm gonna do some Memphis riding. So Robert White, my good friend, if you're watching, you might want to turn the channel, because I'm going to be using my throttle going through Memphis. They're not going to get me off the road. So I'm going to spare Robert for just a moment and let me get through Memphis my way, and I'll get right back with you. Okay, this being Sunday, Robert, you can open your eyes now. I'm through the rough part of the traffic, and this is Sunday here, so this traffic's not that bad. It's like 5-6 lanes. But any rate, if I knew personally Memphis Mike that Road Glide told me about, if I knew him, I would probably swing by and visit. This is still Memphis. Memphis is just flat, it's laid out. Memphis is just not like one concentration, it's kind of spread out. I guess like Dallas, Fort Worth. No, I just thought I would cut away earlier because I was going to use the accelerator, and I'd be passing a lot of cars. Cars wouldn't be passing me, I'd be passing cars, so I didn't want Robert to see that. But anyway, again, if Memphis Mike, if you reach out to me, I get to know you. You're not far. I can definitely ride to Memphis for breakfast. If I can go all the way to Dallas Fort Worth from Clarksville for breakfast, I think I can meet up with you. So I'm gonna get off here for right now. I gotta fuel up, and I don't like fueling up in this part of Memphis, so I'm gonna get right out to the outskirts of it and fuel up. Well, just past Loretta Lynn's ranch in Tennessee. I'm on Highway 13, just going in the back way of going to the back way of Clarksville. But anyway, I'm still about an hour away from home, and it just dawned on me, you know, there's not a thing. You know, Wingding stopped doing their thing. Let me pull this windshield up to get the wind down. Wingding used to be a thing before I got into Gold Wings, and there is nothing. There's nothing now that I know of for Gold Wing people. And then it just dawned on me. Now, some of you may be surprised by this, but I went 668 miles for breakfast and to meet some people. I think the people that I met have the capability. I'm entering Waverly. The people have the capability of doing their own get-together. They have all the connections. They know everybody. We could call it something that knows everybody. Maybe Road Glide. We could call it the Glide Ding or something, or the Cozy Cruisy, the Cruise Man, Road Glide, Extravaganza, Fiesta. I don't know. It was just an idea. It sounded better in my head than when I let it out. So maybe I'll just forget that one. I'm gonna go through this little bitty town of Waverly and keep on going. But you guys can see the small towns of Tennessee and what remaining leaves that are on the trees. It's a bad part of the year for leaves to fall on the road. But anyway, just another thing I wanted to throw up real quick, because it just dawned on me. I have these thoughts that come in my head and I have to hurry up and get them out. And that is, as I was telling you before, this, I know Sirius XM radio has, you know, it's kind of expensive and it's a nightmare to cancel, you know, or it used to be. I don't know if it still is. But this was the answer. You know, I told you when I traveled up, you know, driving 11, 12 hours and stuff like that, with nothing but your thoughts, that's good for 4 hours or so, and then you got the static radio and all that. I basically left the hotel on one channel. I liked the channel, I listened to it, and I have listened to it this entire time. And it has now been, what time is it? It's now been 11, almost 11 hours. Almost, let's see, yeah, roughly 11 hours, and on that same channel. And in case you're wondering, it's not a competition, but in case you're wondering, yes, I will beat my time coming back from Texas compared to going to Texas. And I blame all that on this factory GPS, Honda's GPS. I blame it on that because, you know, I'm using Android Auto, and my maps I use is Google Maps, and I shot me straight here. I'm flying, no problems. I do like Texas as far as the speed limit, so I was able to run. And anybody wanting to know what kind of gas mileage I got, I didn't do all the calculating because I didn't want to do all the writing all that down and stuff for time purposes. I guess I could have recorded it. I guess you could go back and look at some of my videos. I fuel up every time the little gas pump comes on. So, but I don't know. I'm thinking maybe 175 miles to the fill up. But again, folks, I run 85, 90 as my highway cruising speed. That's probably the police in front of me. But I'll get off here until I have some other crazy thought that comes in my mind, or I do my finishing close up before I get home. Whichever comes first. Well, I'm almost home. I should be home in the next 20 minutes or so, but I'm gonna go ahead and right now the mileage is 3612, 3,612. The time right now is 1:52, but I'll be home at right at 12:18. So basically 11 and a half hours the trip. I will do a final number when I actually pull into my driveway, and I will give the final numbers and put them right here right now on the screen. So the numbers that will appear below here are the actual numbers right now after I finished it. They're not the actual numbers at the current moment. They'll be the numbers as I finish in post editing. But I want to thank all of the guys in Texas for going out of their way to accommodate me for a visit that was really off schedule. Everybody was great. I appreciated it. I would do it again. For those of you who are wondering, why did I do a straight shot all the way back home if I said I wasn't going to do a straight shot ever again over 600 miles? Well, that's simply because I challenged myself to beat my own time home. So see, I got a competitive nature, so I challenged myself, and I'm very competitive against myself. So I decided I'm going to do a straight shot home. So now after this, don't look for any other videos in the future that shows me doing a straight shot probably over 300 miles. Maybe 350. That's it. I'm not doing 668. That's the magic number, 668. There's that interruption at the most inopportune times. But anyway, like I said, you've already seen the numbers. They would have already flashed across the bottom of the screen. And so, until next time, just live your life.
My name is Brooklyn, and I'm at Snowee at Little Rock, Arkansas.
Pastor Terry Williams. I'm at Snowee in Little Rock, Arkansas on his very beautiful motorcycle. Love it.
My name is Deputy McAlexander. I'm with the Bowie County Sheriff's Office. I'm in New Boston, Texas at the Love's gas station. And I'm at Snowee here in New Boston.